Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Hey, welcome to a very special episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. As you can see, I'm rocking the shirt and tie again. And it's the only shirt and tie I own, by the way. Last time I put this on, it was for the Bell's Hop Slam, which I was told by Mark Starr, the hopper, that's like the best beer he's ever had, or at least his favorite. And it's the same thing again tonight. This is, if you're a regular viewer, you know my friend JJ Rudy 41, said that this is his personal favorite number one beer. It's Péché Mortel by Dieu du Ciel out of Montreal, Canada. This beer was a gift from Dennis LD when he came down here a couple weeks ago. We can get this beer here in Albany, but like as soon as it hits the shelves, it sells out in like 2 hours. So I just had him bring it directly from the source in Montreal. You won't be able to see from where you are, but the whole label is in French, so I had to go on their website and print out the English translation of the description. It says, Péché Mortel is French for mortal sin. It's an intensely black and dense beer with very pronounced roasted flavors. Fair trade coffee is infused during the brewing process, intensifying the bitterness of the beer and giving it a powerful coffee taste. Péché Mortel is brewed to be savored. We invite you to drink it in moderation. It's 9.5% ABV, and it's considered an imperial coffee stout. I can smell the beer as soon as I pop the top on it. And take another cue from Mark Starr from the hopper. Just fill it up like a little bit. He said on a tulip glass or a glass like this, you want to fill it up until the glass starts to curve back inward. So that's what I did. And you can also aerate it. I'm gonna have to drink this whole thing with my left hand since I can't really get it with the right hand. The cast is in the way. If you haven't seen what's the deal with this cast, go watch the early April vlog. Well, for starters, it certainly smells pretty good. I do get a lot of coffee, some roasted notes, a little bit of chocolate in there. It's fairly malty. It's actually not that powerful in the nose. I thought it was going to be, just like way stronger than this, but it's pretty inviting. As you can see, it's a typical imperial stout appearance, just black as can be, and a pretty nice head. Let's just top this off here before we start drinking. Here we go with the Péché Mortel. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell on the first sip if it's the best beer in the world, but it's pretty damn good. It reminds me a lot of the Southern Tier chocolate. It's like that liquid fudge kind of taste. I get way more chocolate than I do coffee, but I did get a noticeable coffee taste in there, and followed by, some kind of like a nice gently roasted malt flavor. It's not like super intense like Rogue Shakespeare stout. I do get a bit of an alcohol burn at the end. That head is like nice and creamy, so it's giving it like this nice velvety mouthfeel. And the chocolate is, I guess it's more of a milk chocolate because it has like this kind of creamy texture, but it leaves a very bitter aftertaste. Could be from the alcohol. 9.5 is not really all that big anymore. A lot of beers are getting up in double digits with their ABVs, and they're able to mask it quite well. I'm actually really not getting as much coffee as I thought I was going to get. I mean, the chocolate is good enough by itself. Then again, with the 𝓑𝓬𝓷, I didn't really tend to get a lot of vanilla either. This, I mean, if I was doing a blind taste test, I don't think I could tell the difference between this and the 𝓑𝓬𝓷. So yeah, I'm definitely liking this a lot. But as of this moment, I'm not saying it's the best of the best of the best. But it's pretty damn good, so I'm going to sip on this, and we'll come back with my final thoughts. Hey, welcome back. Well, I have to say I like this beer a lot, but I was just watching Jay and Mark Starr's video reviews of this during the break, and I have to say that my reaction to this is a lot different than theirs, because they both said they got an intense coffee aroma and coffee taste in the palate, and I didn't really get hardly any coffee in here, which leads me to believe that maybe this was an old bottle or something, or I don't know. But it's an Imperial, so it should last plenty long, unless it's like, now that it's so old, it's starting to mature, and then like the flavor's changing. So, but I don't know. I mean, like, I like it a lot, but it's just not blowing my mind the way that it did to them. So I can't honestly give this an absolute best of the best 10 out of 10, but I can give it a 9 because it is really tasty. The drinkability on it for an Imperial is actually very high. It has like this really nice soft mouthfeel. It actually is surprisingly thin, and it has like this real nice sweetness, almost like a like a candy kind of sweetness. I had to like really reach for that coffee flavor, but there is a lot of chocolate in here, and the roasted malts are really pronounced. So that's plenty tasty. A little bit of heat on the back end, but for me it's like barely noticeable. So like I said, I like this beer a lot, but it's not, I wouldn't consider it among the best of the best. So that's a 9 out of 10 for Péché Mortel from Dieu du Ciel. If I'm ever able to find this at the beer store, I'm definitely going to pick up another bottle and see what the difference is, but who knows. So I like it a lot, highly recommend it, but to everybody who said this was the best beer of all time, I honestly can't say that. So, but to each his own. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.